To be honest, I don't try different cuisines as I am a picky eater. However, if I had to choose a foreign dish that I would like to try, it would be sushi. Sushi is a Japanese dish that typically consists of vinegared rice, raw or cooked seafood and vegetables. It is a popular dish around the world, known for its delicate flavors and unique presentation. Although I have never tried sushi, I have heard a lot about it from my friends who love Japanese cuisine. They say that sushi is not only delicious, but also a healthy option as it contains fresh seafood and vegetables. The combination of different textures and flavors makes it a unique and satisfying meal. If I would recommend it to people, I cannot personally say. As I have never tried it before, I would suggest that others try it if they are open to trying new cuisines. It is a popular and well-loved dish around the world. And there are many different varieties and styles of sushi to choose from, so there is something for everyone. At last I would say, although I am not an adventurous eater, if I had to choose a foreign dish that I would like to try, it would be sushi, which is known for its delicate flavors and unique presentation and is a healthy and satisfying meal option. Next topic. I live in a country with diverse weather patterns, but my favorite weather is the rainy season. The rainy season usually lasts for a few months, and it brings frequent rain showers, cloudy skies, and cooler temperatures. I like the rainy season because it brings a sense of freshness and renewal to the surroundings. The rain showers make everything look clean and vibrant, and the cooler temperatures provide relief from the heat and humidity. The cloudy skies also create a cozy atmosphere, perfect for staying indoors and enjoying a cup of hot tea or coffee. During the rainy season, I generally like to spend time indoors, reading a book, watching a movie, or spending time with my family. The sound of the raindrops and the smell of the wet earth create a relaxing and calming atmosphere, making it perfect for indoor activities. However, I also enjoy going for walks in the rain, feeling the raindrops on my skin, and enjoying the beauty of nature. In conclusion, I would say the rainy season is my favorite weather. The frequent rain showers, cloudy skies, and cooler temperatures create a sense of freshness and renewal, making everything look vibrant and clean. The cozy atmosphere of the rainy season is perfect for indoor activities, while the rain showers provide a unique and refreshing outdoor experience. Next topic. Music is an integral part of my life, and I have always enjoyed listening to and playing different musical instruments. The instrument that I like the most and have been playing for several years is guitar. Playing the guitar is a great way to express oneself, creatively and emotionally. It is a versatile instrument that can be played in different genres of music, from classical to rock to blues. I enjoy playing different styles of music on the guitar and experimenting with different chord progressions and melodies. When playing the guitar, there are a few things that one must keep in mind. Firstly, proper posture and hand placement are essential to ensure that the player can play comfortably and avoid injuries. Secondly, tuning the guitar regularly is crucial to ensure that it produces the right sound and stays in tune with other instruments. Finally, practicing regularly is key to improving one's skills and developing muscle memory. In conclusion, playing the guitar is a rewarding and enjoyable experience that requires practice, patience, and dedication. As a guitar player, I have learned to appreciate music in a new way and have found a creative outlet for my emotions and thoughts. If anyone is interested in learning to play the guitar, I would encourage them to pursue it with passion and dedication. Next topic. One difficult decision that I might take in the future is whether to continue my current career path or switch to a completely different one. As a project manager, I have enjoyed working on challenging projects and collaborating with talented colleagues in a dynamic industry. However, I have also been increasingly interested in fashion designing, and I feel a strong urge to contribute more towards it and make a career in it. The decision to switch careers would not be easy, as it would require a significant investment of time, money, and effort. I would need to learn new skills, network with different people, and adapt to a different work culture. Moreover, I would have to give up some of the benefits and stability that my current job provides, such as a decent salary, health insurance, and a predictable routine. Nevertheless, I believe that taking this decision could be the right thing for me in the long run. By pursuing a career that aligns more and more with my passion, and I feel that, personally, I would feel more fulfilled, and also I feel that in a long I would be able to make a great impact on the society through my work and designs. I could also learn new things, meet inspiring people, and expand my horizons beyond the tech industry. If I decide to switch careers, it would affect my prospects in several ways. On the one hand, I might face some challenges, such as finding a suitable job, dealing with a lower income, or adjusting to a new lifestyle. On the other hand, I could gain many benefits, such as having a more satisfying job, feeling more connected to my community, and being more resilient and adaptable to change. Moreover, I might be able to leverage my previous skills and experiences in my new field and create innovative solutions that bridge different domains. Overall, the decision to switch careers would be a difficult but potentially rewarding one for me. I would need to weigh the pros and cons carefully and consider my personal and professional goals, values, and interests. Nonetheless, I am excited about the possibilities that lie ahead, that I could make a positive impact on the world.
Next topic.
Yes, I love reading books, and one of my favorite authors is Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand was a Russian-American writer and philosopher who is best known for her novels Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead. She wrote about individualism, objectivism, and the pursuit of self-interest, and her works have had a significant impact on modern philosophy and literature. My favorite work by Ayn Rand is Atlas Shrugged. It is a novel that tells the story of a dystopian society in which the government controls all aspects of life, and the most successful and productive members of society are punished for their success. The novel follows the lives of several characters who rebel against this system and create a new society based on individualism and self-interest. What I love about Ayn Rand's writing is her ability to create complex and relatable characters. Her characters are not perfect, but they are driven by their principles and values, and they are willing to fight for what they believe in. Her novels are not just stories, but they are also philosophical treatises that explore the nature of man and the meaning of life. In Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand portrays a world where the creative and innovative members of society are stifled by bureaucracy and regulations, leading to a decline in productivity and progress. The novel is a powerful critique of collectivism and a celebration of individualism and free market capitalism. The story is both thought-provoking and inspiring, and it encourages readers to think for themselves and to pursue their own dreams and goals. In conclusion, I would say that Ayn Rand is my favorite author because of her unique writing style and her thought-provoking ideas. Her novel Atlas Shrugged is a masterpiece that explores the themes of individualism, objectivism, and the pursuit of self-interest. It is a must-read for anyone interested in philosophy, literature, or economics.
Next topic.
I would like to talk about the time when I went to the Martin Garrix concert in Pune, which happened on Holi. It's a festival of colors in India. The concert was held in an open ground, and the place was incredibly crowded with music enthusiasts, mostly young people from different parts of the country. I was excited to attend the concert and experience the energetic vibe of the festival with my friends. The concert was scheduled to start at 5 p.m., and we arrived at the venue an hour before to avoid the rush. However, even before the gates opened, the crowd had started to gather outside, and it was a massive chaos. There were people pushing each other to get ahead, and the situation was getting out of control. Finally, after a lot of struggle, we managed to enter the venue. The ground was already full of people, and it was challenging to move around. However, we managed to find a spot near the stage, and the music began. The DJ's music was so loud that it was impossible to hear anything else. The colorful lights, the vibrant crowd, and the music made the atmosphere electrifying. Despite the difficulties of the crowd, It was an unforgettable experience. The music was fantastic, and the energy of the crowd was infectious. The festival of colors added to the ambience, making it a unique experience. I would say that I enjoyed the crowd at that particular moment, but generally, I prefer quiet and calm places. In conclusion, the Martin Garrix concert on Holi in Pune was a memorable experience, with a lot of people gathered in one place. The energetic atmosphere was incredible, but the crowd made it a little challenging to move around. Nevertheless, it was an experience that I would cherish forever.
Next topic.
I'm generally a fairly calm and collected person, but there was one instance in my life when I felt incredibly anxious and nervous. This happened about a year ago, when I was preparing for my final exams in college. I have always been a good student and have done well academically, but the pressure of performing well in my final exams was starting to get to me. I was spending countless hours studying every day, trying to absorb as much information as possible, but the more I studied, the more anxious I became. The day of the exams finally arrived, and I remember feeling an immense sense of dread and apprehension as I walked into the exam hall. My heart was pounding, and my hands were shaking as I tried to steady myself. As the exam began, I could feel my anxiety levels rising with each passing minute. The questions seemed harder than I had expected, and I found myself struggling to come up with answers to some of them. By the end of the exam, I was physically and emotionally exhausted. I remember feeling like I had given it my all, but at the same time, I was filled with a sense of self-doubt and worry about how I had performed. In the end, however, everything turned out fine. I did well in my exams, and I realized that my anxiety had been largely unwarranted. Looking back on that experience now, I think it taught me an important lesson about the power of the mind and the need to manage one's emotions effectively. While I still get nervous from time to time, I now have a better understanding of how to handle those feelings and not let them control me.
Next topic.
There was a time in my life when I made a decision that I later regretted deeply. It happened a few years ago when I was offered a job at a startup company that was just getting off the ground. The company was in the technology sector, which was an industry that I was really interested in, and I was excited about the opportunity to work in a dynamic, fast-paced environment. However, there were some red flags that I ignored at the time. For one, the salary that they offered me was lower than what I had been hoping for, but I convinced myself that the opportunity to work at a startup would be worth it in the long run. Additionally, the company's leadership team seemed disorganized and lacked a clear vision for the future, but I thought that this was just a reflection of the startup culture and that things would eventually fall into place. Unfortunately, I was wrong. The company faced a lot of challenges in the months that followed, and it became clear that the leadership team was not equipped to handle them. There were constant changes in direction, poor communication, and a general sense of chaos that made it difficult to get anything done. As a result, I became increasingly frustrated and unhappy with my job. Eventually, I made the difficult decision to leave the company and look for work elsewhere. Looking back on that experience, I realize now that I made a mistake in accepting the job in the first place. I should have paid more attention to the warning signs and done my due diligence before committing to the job. However, I also learned a valuable lesson about the importance of listening to my gut instincts and being more careful when making big decisions in the future.
Next topic.
There have been several instances in my life when I've had to stay awake even though I was feeling extremely sleepy, but one particular incident stands out in my mind. It happened a few years ago when I was in college, and I had to pull an all-nighter to finish a term paper that was due the next day. I had spent most of the day researching and writing, and by the time it was late at night, I was feeling extremely sleepy. However, I knew that I couldn't afford to go to bed because I still had a lot of work to do. To stay awake, I tried a few different things. First, I made sure to get up and move around periodically to keep my blood flowing and prevent myself from nodding off. I also drank a lot of coffee and energy drinks, hoping that the caffeine would keep me alert and focused. Additionally, I tried to break up the work into smaller tasks and give myself rewards for completing each one, as a way of motivating myself to keep going. Despite all of these efforts, it was still a struggle to stay awake. My eyes were heavy, and my mind kept wandering off. At times, I felt like giving up and just going to bed, even if it meant turning in an incomplete paper. But I knew that I couldn't let myself do that, so I pushed through the tiredness and kept working until the sun came up. Looking back on that experience, I realized that it was a test of my discipline and perseverance. Even though it was difficult, I'm proud of myself for being able to stay awake and finish the paper on time. It was a reminder that sometimes we have to do things that are uncomfortable or unpleasant, but that ultimately make us stronger and more resilient.
Next topic.
I remember a time when I was working on a major project at my previous job, and I received some valuable advice from one of my colleagues. We were in the middle of a high-pressure deadline, and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed with all of the work that needed to be done. My colleague noticed that I was struggling and took me aside to offer some advice. He suggested that instead of trying to tackle everything at once, I should focus on the most important tasks and prioritize them accordingly. He also recommended that I break down the work into smaller, more manageable chunks and set realistic goals for myself. Finally, he told me to take breaks and step away from the project every once in a while to avoid burnout and maintain my productivity. I found this advice to be incredibly helpful, and I immediately put it into practice. By prioritizing my tasks and breaking them down into smaller pieces, I was able to make steady progress without feeling overwhelmed. Taking breaks and stepping away from the project also helped me to maintain my energy and focus throughout the day. As for whether I often take advice on my subject or work, I would say that I'm always open to feedback and suggestions from others. I believe that there's always room for improvement, and I value the input of my colleagues and mentors. Of course, I also use my own judgment and experience to make decisions, but I think it's important to be receptive to advice and feedback from others.
Next topic.
One person that comes to mind when I think of someone who likes to travel by plane is my uncle. He has always been an avid traveler, and he often chooses to fly when he goes on trips. One of the main reasons my uncle prefers to travel by plane is because it's faster and more convenient. He often travels to far-off destinations, and flying allows him to get there quickly and easily. He also enjoys the experience of flying itself, and finds it exciting to be up in the air and see the world from a different perspective. My uncle travels fairly frequently, especially for someone who has a full-time job. He often takes a week or two off at a time to go on trips, and he's always planning his next adventure. He's been to countless countries around the world, and he's always eager to explore new places. To answer the question, whether I like to travel by plane as well, I would say that I do. While I don't travel quite as frequently as my uncle, I do enjoy the convenience and speed of flying. I also appreciate the fact that flying allows me to go to places that would be difficult or impossible to reach by other means of transportation. Of course, I also enjoy other forms of travel, like road trips and train rides, but I think flying can be a great way to see the world.
Next topic.
Last year, I went on a bicycle tour in Pune with a group of friends. I had always enjoyed riding my bike around the city, but I had never gone on an organized tour before, so I was really looking forward to it. I don't ride my bicycle as often as I would like to, but I always enjoy it when I do. I find it to be a great way to get exercise while also getting around town, and it's always fun to feel the wind in my hair and see the sights of the city as I pedal along. The bicycle tour that I took in Pune was about 4 hours long, and it took us to some of the city's most interesting and historic locations. We started out in the morning and made our way through the city streets, stopping at places like the Shanuarwada Fort and the Aga Khan Palace. Along the way, our guide shared interesting facts and stories about each location, which made the tour even more enjoyable. The other participants on the tour were a mix of locals and tourists. There were about 10 of us in total, and we all got along really well. It was nice to have a chance to chat with other people who were also interested in exploring the city on two wheels. Overall, I really enjoyed my bicycle tour in Pune, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who enjoys cycling or wants to see a different side of the city. It was a great way to get some exercise, see some sights, and spend time with friends. While I don't travel quite as frequently as my uncle, I do enjoy the convenience and speed of flying. I also appreciate the fact that flying allows me to go to places that would be difficult or impossible to reach by other means of transportation. Of course, I also enjoy other forms of travel, like road trips and train rides, but I think flying can be a great way to see the world.
Next topic.
One journey that took longer than expected was a road trip that I took with my friends a few years ago. We had planned to drive from our hometown to a national park that was about 300 kilometers away and spend the weekend camping and hiking. However, due to several unexpected events, the journey ended up taking us almost twice as long as we had anticipated. The first thing that delayed our journey was a traffic jam on the highway, caused by a car accident that had blocked one of the lanes. We were stuck in our car for almost an hour, with no way to move forward or backward. It was frustrating and boring, as we had not brought enough snacks or entertainment to last that long. However, we tried to make the best of the situation by chatting, playing games, and taking turns to stretch our legs. Once we passed the traffic jam, we thought we could make up for lost time by driving faster. However, we soon realized that the road was not as smooth as we had expected, and there were many potholes, speed bumps, and detours along the way. We also encountered some heavy rain and thunderstorms, which made it difficult to see the road and slowed down our driving. We had to be extra careful and patient, as we did not want to risk getting into an accident or damaging our car. Finally, when we arrived at the national park, we found out that the campsite we had booked was already full, and we had to drive around for another hour to find an alternative spot. We were tired, hungry, and disappointed, but we did not give up. We eventually found a beautiful spot by a river, set up our tents, and started a campfire. We spent the rest of the weekend hiking, swimming, and enjoying the scenery, and forgot about the difficulties of the journey. Looking back, I think the journey that took longer than expected taught me several valuable lessons. First, it reminded me to be prepared for unexpected events and bring enough resources to cope with them. Second, it taught me to be patient and adaptable when facing challenges and not to give up on my goals. Finally, it showed me the importance of traveling with good companions who can make even a difficult journey a memorable and enjoyable experience.
Next topic.
I use internet almost every day, as it is a powerful tool for communication, learning, entertainment, and productivity. I browse different websites, social media platforms, forums, and online courses to access information and knowledge from diverse sources. I also use search engines and digital assistants to help me find answers to my questions and solve problems. Recently, I learned about the basics of artificial intelligence, AI, from the internet, and it has been a fascinating and useful experience. As someone who has always been interested in technology and innovation, I wanted to understand what AI is, how it works, and what its applications and implications are in various fields. Through my research on AI, I learned about the history, definitions, and types of AI, as well as the main concepts, algorithms, and tools used in AI development. I also learned about the ethical, social, and economic issues related to AI, such as privacy, security, and job displacement. I found the knowledge useful not only for my personal interest, but also for my professional development, as I work in a field that involves data analysis and software engineering. I believe that we can learn skills from the internet efficiently, as long as we use reliable and relevant sources. The internet offers a vast and diverse range of resources for learning and practicing various skills, from programming and design to language and cooking. We can access online courses, tutorials, forums, and communities that provide structured and interactive learning experiences. We can also use online tools such as simulators, quizzes, and feedback systems to test and improve our skills. AI has also played a significant role in enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of online learning and skill development. For example, AI-powered platforms can personalize learning paths and recommendations based on learners' preferences and performance. They can also analyze and provide feedback on learners' progress and strengths and weaknesses. Moreover, AI can assist learners in creating and evaluating their own projects and portfolios, and connect them with mentors and peers who share their interests and goals. In conclusion, I think the internet and AI are powerful and transformative tools for learning and skill development. By leveraging their potential, we can access and create knowledge and skills that can enrich our lives and contribute to the betterment of society.
Next topic.
One of the most exciting experiences in my life was when I attended my best friend's wedding a few years ago. It was a special and memorable event that brought together our friends and families from different parts of the world and celebrated the love and commitment of two wonderful people. I remember events that happened in my childhood vividly, as they were formative and joyful experiences that shaped my personality and values. For example, I remember the first time I rode a bicycle without training wheels, the first time I went to a theme park with my family, and the first time I won a prize in a school competition. These events gave me a sense of accomplishment, confidence, and happiness that I still cherish today. The wedding of my best friend was a multi-day event that involved various activities and rituals, such as a rehearsal dinner, a traditional ceremony, a reception, and a post-wedding brunch. It was held in a picturesque location by the beach, and the weather was sunny and warm. The bride and groom looked stunning in their outfits, and their vows were heartfelt and emotional. The food, drinks, music, and decorations were all top-notch and created a festive and joyful atmosphere. I also enjoyed meeting and reconnecting with other guests who were friendly and diverse. I believe it is important to celebrate events in life as they provide us with opportunities to express our emotions, strengthen our relationships, and create positive memories. Celebrations can mark important milestones such as birthdays, graduations, weddings, and anniversaries, and can also celebrate cultural, religious, and social traditions. Celebrations can bring us together and remind us of the things that matter in life, such as love, happiness, and gratitude. In conclusion, the wedding of my best friend was an exciting and meaningful experience in my life that I will always cherish. It reminded me of the power of love and friendship, and the importance of celebrating life's special moments with joy and gratitude.
Next topic.
I remember a time when I had to wake up extremely early for a trekking expedition in the mountains. The expedition was scheduled to start at 5 a.m., which meant that I had to wake up around 3:30 a.m. to prepare and reach the starting point on time. I had been looking forward to this expedition for weeks and was excited about exploring the scenic beauty of the mountains. However, I was also nervous about waking up so early and whether I would be able to complete the trekking challenge. On the day of the expedition, I set multiple alarms to ensure that I woke up on time. When the alarms went off, I felt completely disoriented, but I quickly got out of bed and started preparing for the trek. I made sure to pack all the necessary equipment and supplies, including water, snacks, and warm clothing. Despite feeling a bit tired and sleepy, I was able to complete the trek successfully. The experience was truly exhilarating, and the stunning views of the mountains made it all worth it. I also felt a sense of accomplishment and pride in myself for pushing through the initial discomfort and completing the challenge. Overall, Waking up extremely early for the trekking expedition was a memorable and rewarding experience. It taught me the importance of planning and preparation, and it also showed me that I am capable of pushing myself beyond my comfort zone to achieve my goals.
Next topic.
I am fortunate to have many successful friends, but one who stands out the most is my best friend, Antoine. He is an exceptional person with a relentless drive to succeed. Last year, he has achieved a significant milestone in his career that made me feel incredibly proud. He had been working as a payroll manager for a leading technology firm for several years and had always been dedicated to his work. However, his real breakthrough came when he was chosen to lead a team of developers to create a new software product for the company. This was a tremendous responsibility as it required him to not only manage the project, but also to ensure that the final product met the company's high standards. Antoine spent countless hours working on this project, often sacrificing his personal time to ensure its success. He worked with his team tirelessly, delegating tasks, providing guidance and support, and solving problems as they took place. His tireless efforts paid off, and the product was a resounding success. It not only met but exceeded the company's expectations, leading to significant recognition and praise from senior management. His success not only made me proud of him, but also motivated me to strive harder in my own pursuits. I felt proud of him because I knew how hard he had worked to achieve this milestone and how much he had sacrificed to make it happen. In conclusion, my friend Antoine's success in leading a team to develop a new software product was a remarkable achievement that made me incredibly proud. His dedication, hard work, and commitment to excellence are an inspiration to all those who know him.
Next topic.
Well, I would like to talk about Mr. Ratan Tata, who is an Indian industrialist and philanthropist who is widely admired for his contributions to the Indian business world and society at large. He is the former chairman of the Tata Group, one of India's largest conglomerates, and has played a significant role in shaping the group's growth and success. As the chairman of the Tata Group, Mr. Tata oversaw a diverse portfolio of businesses, including steel, automobiles, telecommunications, and hospitality. He is credited with transforming the Tata Group into a global enterprise by expanding its presence in international markets through strategic acquisitions and partnerships. He also spearheaded several innovative projects, such as the launch of the Nano, the world's cheapest car, which was aimed at making car ownership more accessible to the masses. I would like to meet Mr. Ratan Tata because he is a visionary leader who has made a significant impact on the Indian business landscape. I am inspired by his passion for innovation, his commitment to excellence, and his dedication to social responsibility. I believe that meeting him would be a valuable opportunity to learn from his experiences and gain insights into his leadership style and business philosophy. Moreover, Mr. Tata is known for his philanthropic activities and has established several foundations to support education, healthcare, and other social causes. As someone who is interested in social entrepreneurship, I would be eager to hear his views on the role of business in addressing social challenges and creating a better world. In summary, Mr. Ratan Tata is an extraordinary business leader and philanthropist who has made a profound impact on India and the world. I admire his achievements, his values, and his vision for the future, and I hope to meet him one day to learn from his experiences and insights.
Next topic.
One faraway place that I have always dreamed of visiting is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which are located in the Bay of Bengal off the east coast of India. While there are many interesting places to visit in my country, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are particularly fascinating due to their unique natural beauty and rich cultural heritage. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a group of over 500 islands, most of which are uninhabited. The islands are renowned for their stunning beaches, crystal clear waters, and vibrant coral reefs, which make them a paradise for nature lovers and adventure seekers. The islands are also home to several indigenous tribes, some of which have remained isolated from the rest of the world for thousands of years. If I were to visit the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, I would love to explore the beaches and dive into the water to witness the diverse marine life. I would also like to learn about the fascinating history and culture of the indigenous tribes by visiting their villages and interacting with them. Moreover, the islands are also home to several colonial-era buildings and historical landmarks that would be of interest to history buffs. Overall, I would highly recommend visiting the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to anyone who is interested in nature, culture, and history. The islands offer a unique blend of natural beauty, cultural richness, and historical significance, making them a must-visit destination for anyone who wants to explore the beauty and diversity of India.
Next topic.
Sports culture is immensely popular in my country, India. People of all ages and backgrounds are passionate about sports, and it is an integral part of our culture. There are several sports that are popular in India, including cricket, football, hockey, badminton, and tennis. My favorite sport is cricket, and it is one of the most popular sports in India. Cricket is a sport that is played with a bat and ball, and it involves two teams of 11 players each. The objective of the game is to score as many runs as possible by hitting the ball and running between the wickets. Cricket is a sport that requires skill, strategy, and teamwork. It is a sport that can be enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. One of the reasons why I love cricket is because it is a sport that brings people together. It is a sport that is played and enjoyed by people from all walks of life. I have played cricket several times with my friends and family, and it is always a lot of fun. It is a sport that requires a lot of practice and skill, and it is always satisfying to see your hard work pay off on the field. In conclusion, sports culture is immensely popular in my country, and cricket is one of the most popular sports in India. It is a sport that requires skill, strategy, and teamwork, and it is enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. I love cricket because it is a sport that brings people together, and it is always a lot of fun to play with friends and family.
Try watching or listening these videos multiple times to adapt to language and get familiar with vocabulary.